And also, obviously, Bethany has just had a really incredible story to follow. Since losing her arm in a shark attack as a youngster, she continued to compete at the elite level. She gets her second opportunity now to surf in a CT event.
But the waves right now are a little tricky with this new swell coming in. And right out of the gates, Tyler Wright chooses a wave, speeding down the line, Ronnie, waiting for that wave to back off, and there she goes. She knows on her backhand she can really get up 12 o'clock and throw a lot of spray. So just a couple of swoops for Tyler. Now that wave slowing down just enough to finish off. I believe she dropped a solid number.
Pretty sick, wasn't it? 7.33. Her worst ever finish at the CT level is a 5th. That came last year. Other than that, 2 world title runner-ups and a couple of 4th place finishes. Here goes Bethany, tucking into the barrel, finding some cover. A clean exit and looking to set up once again on the inside here as she looks for a float to finish strong. And before we hit the booth here, Ross, we were just talking about Bethany's chances in this heat. Obviously, Tyler's got to be the favourite with a solid lead on the Jeep leaderboard, but if Bethany can find herself some tubes, that can really be a big factor in deciding the outcome of this heat.
And she read this wave really nicely. Not super, super deep, but she definitely got behind her curtain there. Right here you can see she's gauging the wave again. Really not wiping off speed because it was down the line. She really needed that finishing maneuver right there. I think just to add maybe a whole nother point to the score, but this would be a great start for her to calm the nerves.
This wave says so much about Bethany's read on the ocean, on the lineup, and just how well she adapts to the situation she's in. Usually someone who is forehand barrel riding here at Cloudbreak manages their speed on the wave by putting their arm in the wall of the wave. Her depth in the barrel all has to do with the setup, and she read that wave beautifully, so expecting a decent number here.
Yeah, she's gonna, I mean, if she wants to slow down, she's gonna have to stomp on the brakes, stomp on that back foot, and kind of flip the nose of the board up to wipe that speed off. So there's 1 or 2 ways she can do it, but it takes a more effort to slow down. So you're right, she's gonna have to gauge that barrel before she pulls in.
Well, she has answered well. The Hawaiian puts a 6 on the board, and Tyler, she's now looking to extend, put a solid back up, or maybe even a better ride than the 7.33 up. It's a good start, gets a little hung up though, and it goes down.
And does that become your focus now? Do you look at the QS as another way to requalify?
Yeah, absolutely. Ultimately, you want to qualify through the CT, but got to do what you got to do and grind out the QS for sure.
Well, enjoy the rest of your time in Fiji and good luck in those QS events. Back to you, Ronnie.
Thank you, Rosie. You saw Tyler Wright on a short ride there, just over 20 minutes to go. And Bethany holds priority now and has a good opportunity to put a big number up here. Wave selection crucial.
Right here, just getting a little backup score. In her mind, she's thinking, you know what, a 5 is pretty valuable. That'll put a lot of pressure. Bethany's going to hear a pretty big score that's going to be needed for her to overtake me. So she knows taking off on that wave, Ronnie, that it's not going to be a huge score, but just trying to stay busy and put a little bit of pressure on the wild card.
So waiting on these numbers to drop for the current ratings leader. And it is a 5. So Hamilton now chasing a 6.34 to get herself into the lead. Obviously, but she just, when she gets to her feet, she's such a top 10 surfer, in my opinion. She doesn't come out of the barrel there, and maybe a little bit of inexperience at the CT level there, just a wave selection error, but she is definitely one of the best surfers in the world, Ross. 16 and a half minutes to go. Priority being used by Tyler Wright here. And again, just get some speed up before looking to get some turns done. Nice first move. Just hasn't quite found the rhythm just yet on this wave. It's starting to slow up a little bit. Not expecting an excellent score for this ride. It'll probably be pretty similar to the 5. 16 minutes to go. Out there in the lineup, saying hello to him for the first time this morning. Strutter Wasilewski, how's the view, Strutter?
Good morning. Doesn't get any better, really. It's perfect little waves. The conditions are absolutely epic right now. The perfect velvet offshore right now, east wind, so really nice. Bethany looking really good out there, smart to kick out of that wave. She's got to hold her ground. I think Tyler and Bethany kind of both making mistakes right there, kind of 1 and 2, and now Bethany kicking out of that wave smartly to get back out on the peak, because Bethany can get a really good wave and put Tyler on the ropes. She just has to read the wave right. She has to have her patience because she's so good in the barrel. And they're out here. You just have to wait for them. We've seen 3 or 4 good waves come through, and a little bit further down the reef this way. So, you know, positioning is going to play in big time right now. So we've definitely got more energy as it comes in across the reef. Right now, the tide is coming up as we see Bethany paddling into this wave.
And she is going to tuck in, gets a bit of cover right away up there at the top of the reef. And she's going to drive out on the open face now, a huge carve. And moving through to the inside, pulls in once again. And got some travel time. But the foam ball took her down. And Tyler chasing her down the line now. Tyler's eyeing off the tube as well by the looks of things. But now goes to the rail. Smooth backhand carve to get started. Bit wobbly there on the second turn. Needs to recover well here. Solid finish over the shallow inside section.
Which is frustrating as a surfer. You want to just lay into one turn and focus on one move at a time. But because the wave is so fast, a lot of times you cut them short. And that's exactly what she did on that first turn. Again, maybe you got sidetracked a little bit there seeing Bethany. Now they're just kind of snap. The floater was actually pretty complete, so it was a nice positive way to finish. But all in all, just kind of a 50-50 wave there. Bethany, on the other hand, this was nice. Drainy little pit there to start. Sizing up that second pit, and I like the fact that she went around it because that snap right there was the best part of that ride. She got a lot of rail in the water there, threw a ton of spray.
Well, 12 minutes remaining, and this heat is about to get interesting. Scores coming through, and Tyler actually banks her best wave at 7.57. So the judges really, I think, paying close attention to the finish on the inside there. Maybe change the focus a little bit because she's definitely been looking for the barrels at the moment. Maybe identifying that as a really good advantage she can take over Tyler.
If I'm in the water and I'm Bethany's coach, I'm screaming, don't get barreled anymore. You know, if it picks up and it's another couple of feet, then the barrels are more risky. But right now, let's lay it on the rail.
Well, here goes Bethany now, and she is going to find some cover once again. A clean tube, not particularly deep, so needs to make up for the shallow barrel with some big calves. And so far, she's let go of a couple of beauties. Bringing it through to the inside now. Needs this finish. This is critical surfing. That's a shallow section. And Bethany calls for the ski. And she might just get this next one on the head. And this is the part of Bethany's surfing that blows my mind most. Just the way she's able to paddle back out. Super impressive.
Take off in this heat and give Bethany no chance. She fought back. In my eyes, this is the best wave of the heat so far. Another nice barrel, but the snaps is what made this wave so sick. Right here, this third one's nice too, Ron, right here. Oh, little tail release. So that's 3, 4 hefty moves after a nice little barrel. That's gotta be excellent.
Well, that first turn was huge.
Again, tucked in, and that's not a pocket ride. She got behind the curtain. That first snap, as you mentioned, she leaned on that heel. She got a lot of rail in the water. Threw some spray, a lot of speed. Those are A+ turns right there. So 3 or 4 maneuvers and a barrel. Again, I'll be surprised if it's not an excellent score.
And here is the number. It's a 9 for Bethany Hamilton. An aggressive approach on the open face. She got out of the barrel early, started to go to those rail turns, and I think now the switch will be flicked in Bethany's brain. She'll understand that she can get herself big points. Even without the tube, I think she would have turned that into a big number. But a 9 sees her into the lead, and the current ratings leader, Tyler Wright, is after a 7.44 to get herself back in front. And Tyler has priority. This is a good test. Well, 1 minute and 40 seconds to go, and Tyler using priority needs a 7.44 out of this ride to take the lead. Decent first turn. Second turn is even stronger. Now, this wave's starting to fizzle out. Tyler still wants to add some points here. It's looking pretty similar to some of her earlier rides, but maybe not even quite as good on the finish. So there is a chance here that Tyler's not going to get the number, and with just over 1 minute remaining, she might not even get back to the takeoff zone.
Wow.
Meanwhile, out the back, with just on 55 seconds to go, Bethany is going to get herself on another decent set wave. Sets up the tube. Doesn't find too much cover there, but her open face turns again, looking strong as she tucks into the barrel once again on the inside and climbs up for a critical float to finish. And a bit of body language there. to finish that ride off. She feels good, stands tall. 30 seconds remaining, Ross.
Well, there's no two ways about it, Ronnie. Definitely the most critical surfing being done in this heat is from Bethany, so it's no surprise she's in the lead. Yeah, that being said, we're still waiting for scores to be dropped from Tyler.
Well, this is a big situation for both competitors. Bethany, an opportunity to take down the Jeep ratings leader, Tyler Wright. She wants to keep her hopes alive in this event, but the scores are coming through. And it is not going to be enough for Tyler Wright. A 6.17 and the wild card. Bethany Hamilton is going to take the win and move on through to round 3. A very solid performance, getting barreled, attacking the open face. And Tyler, for just the second time in her CT career, is falling out of the draw in the second round.
Oh, that's crazy. That's going to be tough for Tyler, but I thought she surfed a great heat. Obviously, she had some big scores. You know, Bethany was in rhythm with the ocean. She had better waves for sure. She got little barrels and really nice hacks. That kind of made the difference. Bethany looked really strong on her snaps. Not so much the barrels, but I think where she laid on her rails where she had the advantage over Tyler. And this wave, Ronnie, was just too small, wasn't it, to get that score?
Just too small. And as you said, Tyler just was a little tentative throughout this heat, whether it was nerves, whether she thought she could just surf a little safer and overcome Bethany, I'm not sure, but Tyler is served one of her worst ever results. Bethany Hamilton on fire. Looking forward to having a chat with both these competitors. But look at the heat score total for the Hawaiian, 16.1, and that is the second highest heat score total of the event so far.
Bethany, you got to be buzzing after a heat like that. You know, you're coming up against the informed Tyler Wright, but then you just took the show, a couple of barrels, some amazing turns.
Yeah, I mean, going into that heat, I was kind of just planning to just, well, first of all, I have so much respect for Tyler. I love her surfing. I love her as a human, and I'm rooting for her this year. I think she should win her world title. So it's kind of mixed feelings right now, but I'm so happy because I haven't had a good heat in a while, so it feels really good.
You know, just to top it off at the end of that heat, you know, Tyler needed a score. She took kind of a smaller wave and left you out there, and you just got gifted another beautiful wave to finish it.
Yeah, I mean, I had the goal to get one more wave after my 9 because I knew that Tyler could get a score easy. And I was actually surprised she went on that one. Though the clock was ticking, so I could feel her feeling of I gotta get a wave. Maybe she could just throw a gnarly hack, backhand hack, but yeah, then I got a really good one behind her and kind of sealed my deal, I guess.
Well, congratulations. Bethany Hamilton moves on through from the death-defying second round.